The new Bone Blossom plant replaces the Candy Blossom in Roblox Garden, and today I'm going to show you how to make the most gigantic Bone Blossom out there using a couple strategies. Now, as you can see right here, if we go to the prehistoric quest, they've added in another new feature so you can get more Bone Blossoms. Now, if we go over here and we speak to this nice lady, we can actually see that every single 6 hours or every single 10, 12, whatever the heck, right, is going to be a new quest. So we have to harvest 25 apples. We're going to receive this reward right here, and same thing for the planting 10 watermelon seeds. But now they have these bonus quests so you can quickly fill this thing up, and basically in no time you should be able to get yourself another Bone Blossom. Now, I've been playing for about like 2 days and I already got myself 2 Bone Blossoms. Wait, is this it? No, this is not it. That's not it. Nope, 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 nope. Wait, there it is. Aha! So we got 2 Bone Blossoms. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create the most gigantic Bone Blossom so we can show y'all that it's gonna be worth trillions of dollars and it's gonna sell for way more than a Candy Blossom. Now, at the end of the video, I'm gonna show you just that, but first things first, I'm gonna show you the strategy on how to actually make this thing gigantic. It's gonna be 2 current methods because every single glitch has been basically patched, but now there's a few glitches which are just very hard to do. But anyways, let me show you how this works. Now, as you can see right here, this is the volcano plant that I tried in the previous episode. So if you haven't already, make sure you have subscribed to help me reach 1,000 subs. And we're posting every single day. And we just posted this recently, and we showed on how to make this thing gigantic. And as you can see, it's pretty big. Same thing for the burning bud. And now it's time for the Bone Blossom. So what we're gonna actually do though is have the current pet setup. Now, real quick, if you go to the gear shop, they've added in a few new things that might help you out with this method. So make sure you stock up on godly sprinklers. Make sure you got a bunch of things like, oh, boom, massive sprinkler. It's exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, get yourself a massive sprinkler, get yourself a couple godly sprinklers, get yourself a basic advanced sprinklers, and these things right here, the medium toys, gives your pet a medium boost to their passive ability. You kind of want these for an extra boost for your moon cats, and I'll show you exactly why. Now, same with basic sprinklers, make sure you have a ton of those and have a bunch of watering cans because surprisingly, this does actually do something, and I'll show you exactly how this works. All right, so other than that, if you had the medium tree, this is just gonna give you the medium boost to their XP over time, but the medium toy is actually what we want. So here's how it's gonna work though. Let's go back to the garden. Now there's 2 methods to actually doing this. It's either you have an empty garden that's a smaller plot like this, okay? And you have like 8 Triceratops, okay? So you can either do the Triceratop method paired with the sprinklers, and then you only have 10 minutes to get the most gigantic Bone Blossom, all right? So that is method number 1. Now, I don't have that many Triceratops, and I actually do have moon cats, which is the better method. So basically, if you're only using the Triceratops, you want to have 8 of them, and you're going to plant your thing down here, and you don't want to have anything else around. Because the Triceratops will instantly, well actually every 3 minutes, they will basically ram into 3 different random plants. So it can either be these ones right here that are already fully grown, and it usually won't ram into the Bone Blossom that's going to be right over here. So unless you get really lucky. So that is why having an empty farm like this is going to be really beneficial. And as long as it's empty and you have 8 Triceratops, the Bone Blossom thing should work. It's not that expensive. You don't really need a massive sprinkler, but I recommend having 1 master, 1 godly, 1 advanced, and 1 basic. And if you have the 8 Triceratops method, am I getting robbed? The fox just stole from me. You gotta be kidding me, bro. Yeah, as I was saying though, basically, you gotta keep on harvesting the Bone Blossom, which I'll show you towards the end of the video, and basically that is how you're gonna do it. As you can see, it ran into the plants and it advanced the growth by 33 minutes. So that's how it works. Then you keep ramming into the plants, you're gonna harvest it until you get the biggest one. Now, here is the most efficient method, which is the moon cat method. So I currently have over 5 moon cats and 3 Triceratops. This is acceptable. Now, you don't really need the Triceratops, honestly. This is the thing, with my setup right now, I have too many plants here. I have way too many plants, so the Triceratops are not gonna do anything at all, unfortunately. So I'd recommend having 8 moon cats or having 5 moon cats and then 3 orange tabbies. So I have no cats on me, so no big deal at all, but it is what it is. Okay, we're gonna start the glitch right now. Here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna actually grab our Bone Blossom real quick, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to make this giant. So we're gonna first of all grab ourselves a bunch of sprinklers. So let's prepare. We need 1 sprinkler, 1 master one. We need 1 godly, okay, and we need a bunch of basic sprinklers. We do need a watering can as well, so make sure you have that as well. We're gonna just basically like pour a bunch of water on it, okay? So let's go and pick a spot. I think right here is gonna be a pretty solid spot. Like I said, I don't need the Triceratops in this case, but if your farm is empty and you have 5 moon cats and Triceratops, you're good to go. You can even just have 1 Triceratops. Now we're gonna wait for a Triceratops to be at 1 minute and 30 seconds. So that way, at 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'm gonna place down all my sprinklers, my Bone Blossom, water it, and hope that the moon cat is gonna basically pair up with the Triceratops. So once the actual Triceratops cooldown activates, hopefully the moon cat goes to sleep on top of the entire plant, and then it's going to become giant. So yeah, it is very hard to do. You might go through a couple massive sprinklers, so that's the only issue. The entire method is difficult, but I do have a backup plan using Roblox. All right, so now we are at 1 minute and 55 seconds. So I think it's actually a pretty solid time to kind of start this out. So let's start this out. We're gonna grab one massive sprinkler. I'm just gonna do 2 godly for the heck of it. I'm gonna do a couple advanced, so 4 of these. Rest is gonna be basic sprinklers, okay? I'm gonna plant my bone blossom seed. All right, I'm gonna plant another bone blossom seed right here. Okay, I'm gonna now water these. Water them nonstop until they grow. Just keep on watering, bro. Keep it up, keep it going. You want these to basically explode, okay? There you go, like this. Just keep it going, keep it going. There we go. I've used all my watering stuff, okay? And now the bone blossom is cooking. So we're really hoping that these things are gonna actually ram into the plants and make them giant. So we're just gonna wait for the next 1 minute, and hopefully the Triceratops will hit this plant to advance the growth, making it gigantic as the mooncat goes to sleep. And if it does that, basically this thing will explode. Like this entire bone blossom will take up the entire area. It's gonna be the most gigantic one. But like I said, you have to get really lucky because you need the mooncat and the Triceratops to use the ability at once, making it kaboom, okay? So unfortunately, my mooncats are not doing anything. Come here, boys. Right over here. Just lay down right here. No, don't leave, don't leave. Oh, wait, go to sleep, go to sleep. Come on. Oh. Dang you, bro. Come on, bro. Okay, we got about 30 seconds. Unfortunately, the mooncats are not doing it. We have 30 seconds left, and the Triceratops might use it on this thing. And if they do, we are in luck. As of right now, we ain't looking too hot. So I guess while I have some time, though, go over here, show me the gear shop. Let me get some more watering stuff. You can always get more. Yo, my game's glitching out. What's going on? Yo, what's going on? Bro, what's happening? Bro, no, this can't be happening. Yo, are you kidding me right now? Gotta love it, bro. You gotta love it. Yo, I'm actually glitched. I'm not even kidding right now. I'm literally glitched right now, bro. All right, so I'm back. I'm pretty sure I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. So yeah, my game glitched out. You gotta love broken grower garden. Broke garden. That's what we're gonna call it, broke garden. All right, so anyways, I'm gonna switch to plan B, which is basically going on over here and growing it all. Now, if you don't have Robux, I would just say at this point, since you kind of you're kind of cooked, you don't want to waste your sprinklers, leave the game, wait an hour, come back, you're good to go. All right, we're gonna go and do this. Here we go. Let's go this all, and we're gonna go to stage number 2 of making this plant giant. It can still cook. Okay, these are not that good, unfortunately. These are not good at all. So anyways, it's kind of cooked, unfortunately. What I could do again is harvest them and stuff, but unfortunately, I mean, these are they have some potential, but it's not the biggest one. You want it to be the whole size of the garden, so it really didn't do it, unfortunately. So now what we can do though is hopefully the mooncats actually go on top of it, and if they do, we'll move it with a troll. Oh bro, all my stuff got reset. You gotta love it, bro. Yo, Roblox trench garden, man. Come on, dude. Okay, so yeah, everything kind of got reset, and now I can actually go over here. So what you're trying to go for is you want to move this and start moving it towards where the mooncats are sleeping. So it's gonna be the stage 2. You're gonna keep on growing all of these new fruits because the mooncats are gonna use their ability, and your whole purpose is to keep moving it around. So there we go. Just keep it going, okay? How big is this thing actually? Let's go and try this out real quick. So I think I can harvest one of these. I'm gonna harvest this one right here. So it's only 11 kilograms. It's just not gonna cut it, bro. Unfortunately, 11 kilograms is not good at all, dude. So yeah, this ain't the best, to be honest with y'all. I think what I might just do, bro, is yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to use another massive sprinkler at this point if we try to do it again. Yeah, just keep on doing this though, and eventually you will have a big one. You get me? Now with the Triceratops, you would just be harvesting these and then hoping it regrows right away when the Triceratops actually hit it. So that was the first method. So yeah, mooncats are just not cooking right now, man. They are not doing anything. I barely see them. I don't even know what they're doing, honestly. But there's still potential to bounce back, which is simply taking the trowel whenever they do something. And whenever they go to sleep, just quickly move it towards them. And they are literally being, bro, this is the worst right now. This actually went so bad, bro. Bone Blossom did not do good today. Okay, yeah, these mooncats are in the wrong location. We want them to basically be in the same area. Oh, there we go. This actually, this one has potential. Not bad. Yeah, move it over here. Make sure he gets all the abilities. There you go. And it's going to keep on increasing the size. So there's still potential to make these things bigger by simply having the mooncats go sleep on them. And if you have 2 mooncats stacked up like this, you are so good, bro. You're going to be killing it. Your plants are going to grow even bigger and stuff. So yeah. Right now, all I'm doing is going to keep picking up the bone blossom. Whenever the mooncat goes to sleep, we're going to move it towards it, and that's basically it. So yeah, what is this thing broken here? Oh, what is it? Why is it broken? What happened? I'm actually not sure what this is. It's just kind of like broke on me, dude. All right, so once again, wait for the moon-cats. Hopefully they cook. Yeah, I'm going to pick up my triceratops. We don't really care too much about them now. You've already got the use out of them. And if anything, I probably put like a praying mantis so you can potentially get the butterfly, the rainbow effect or the gold effect. Now, I'm going to go to stage 2. I want a dragonfly. I also want a mimic octopus here. And I also want a butterfly. All right, so butterfly, mimic octopus, and maybe a praying mantis if you really want. The praying mantis will give it a chance to potentially make these things either gold or rainbow, but then again, if you got the butterfly and the dragonfly, you're good to go. So let me tell you on how to make these be worth a lot of money, because 11 kilograms, like I said, is not good. You want to go for at minimum 50 kilograms. Oh, there we go. Mooncat's going to sleep. Nice. This is potential, okay? Oh, this is really good. This is really, really good. Very good right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. W's in the chat. Straight W's, bro. Straight up W right here. Look at this. That's exactly what we wanted. So they all went to sleep in the same area, and it's going to make them even bigger than before. So, yeah, this is really good. You basically want all of them to go to sleep. So if we were to do this, basically, before we actually made it grow, if all these mooncats were sleeping here, this bone blossom will be giant, okay? It will be, like, massive. So that's how the glitch actually works. You want to go for whenever the mooncat goes to sleep in the same area, and the triceratops uses its ability, it goes crazy. All right. Moving on to stage 2. So stage 2 is simple. We want to have as much mutations per bone blossom. So you want to get these bone blossoms to have literally like every single thing possible. So to do this, we're going to start off by using a dragonfly. These are easy. Dragonflies go in, every 4 minutes, they turn the fruits gold. So that's going to be the first mutation we'll be getting on the bone blossom. And then it's going to make it gold just like this, okay? As you can see, this one's already growing back gold, which is very, really good. So that is going to be how to make it basically have the gold effect. Now we want to get 5 mutations. So here's going to be our current pet setup, and make sure you replicate it as well. We're going to have one pterodactyl. It's going to give it another mutation. We're going to have also a bear bee right here. Boom, it's going to give it another mutation for honey glazed. Then we're going to have a cooked owl, like right over here. Oh, there we go. He's actually moving around. So I'm going to move the bone blossoms right here. So basically how this entire method works. You just want to grab him. Oh, bro, my game is weakened right now, bro. What is going on? Okay, just keep on moving around. Okay, just like that. So whenever it grows, go in, place it down, let it keep like passively growing. It's gonna grow very, very slowly, but whenever the mooncats sleep, move your bone blossoms while you're doing all these things. So as I was saying, one pterodactyl, one bear bee, one cooked owl. You can also get yourself a disco bee if you want to apply the effect, but you're trying to go for 5 simple mutations. And once you have the 5 mutations on each of these bone blossoms, you're gonna switch to phase 2. Now make sure you do not favorite them, because if you favorite them, the next thing will not work. Now we're gonna place down a butterfly. Also, if you want to do this quicker, you can actually use your honey sprinkler, which is gonna basically make this thing completely gold. That's not a honey sprinkler, but you can make it, yeah, you can use a honey sprinkler, and that'll make it have the honey glazed effect. So that'll be 1 mutation right there. Your dragonfly will give it the 2nd mutation. There's 2 right there. And now you can actually use the sprays. So we can use our cloud touch spray for our 3rd mutation. Then we can use a mutation spray amber for our 4th mutation. And then you wait for like a lightning storm, and hopefully it gets struck by lightning if you have a lightning rod next to it, and also the night staff, and boom. Now you have 5 mutations. Then we go to the next step, which is going to be using our, I think it's butterfly. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to actually switch out our praying mantis, place down our butterfly. All right, what happened? I think we just crashed it, y'all. I think we crashed the server. All right, so now we're back. I don't know what happened, but these bone blossoms actually look a little bit bigger. So yeah, anyways, we were moving on to the next step. Dude, there has been so many bugs today. So what we need, wait, July 4th crate, huh? So we need a butterfly. Now, this butterfly right here, as you can see, he's flying around. He is gonna use his special ability. Every 30 minutes, he's gonna remove 5 mutations from any of these bone blossoms right here, and it's gonna turn it into a rainbow. So that means you're gonna have something better than gold, which is gonna be rainbow. So once you have rainbow on all of these, now you can actually favorite them. So once it has rainbow, the butterfly uses its ability, you're good to go. If you wanna speed this up, get yourself a queen bee and get yourself a mimic octopus and the butterfly, and basically only have those. And what you want to do also is have like some passive ability, pets. So if you have like a mole, it's not a mole. You want passive ability pets. So maybe like toucans and stuff. They're not going to do much, but what you're trying to go for is if you have the mimic octopus, the queen bee, and the butterfly, you're making sure that all 3 of them are giving the butterfly as many times to use his ability. So instead of every 30 minutes it would actually use 3 rainbow abilities for 3 bone blossoms. So it's going to just save you more time that way. All right, so that's what we're going to go for. But if you now have a mimic octopus here, right? So I'm just going to show you what the Mimic Octopus does. It copies the ability every 20 minutes and guarantee applies it to anything nearby. So remember, if there's only Bone Blossoms on this farm, nothing else, it's going to use it on the Bone Blossoms and it's going to increase the value drastically, okay? And it can even turn this, it basically turn any gold Bone Blossoms like this into a rainbow blossom, rainbow Bone Blossom. You get the point. But if you have any other pets around, the Mimic Octopus would end up copying the Dragonfly's ability, therefore not giving you the rainbow effect that you want. And same with the Queen Bee, it reduces the cooldown for any pet. All right, so now that we have that out of the way and we have these at rainbow, then you're just gonna favorite them and leave the game overnight for the next week so it gets as much mutation as possible, and these Bone Blossoms will be worth trillions of dollars. Now let's go ahead and show you exactly how many mutations and how much the Bone Blossom will be worth using a calculator. So we are on Grow a Garden Calculator. We're gonna type in Bone Blossom right here. And as you can see, the base price is $180,000. Now, if you got the 12 kilogram one, you're at 3.6 million. What you wanna go for is around 50 to 100 kilograms, okay? And that is using the glitch. So remember, if it didn't work, like it didn't work for me, I would just harvest it all and try the glitch again. That's why it just costs a lot of money, but the Bone Blossom is the best fruit out there, so it's worth it. If honestly, I would remove your whole entire farm and just only leave the Bone Blossom and try to get trillions this way. So let's say we got ourselves a 50 kilogram Bone Blossom, right? And we have a rainbow effect using the butterfly glitch. And then we have the frozen mutation, which is just simply waiting for the, the weather mutation to happen, the frozen one, or just having the polar bears. Now we are at already $28 billion. So that is just only 2 mutations. If we stack every single mutation right here, including the disco one is through the disco bee, really easy to get. Shocked one is through the lightning, all right? And the rest of it is gonna be like effects that happen, like, mutations and weather events. Zombified is from the chicken jockey. The cooked one is gonna be from our cooked owl. And all these are the pets that I already showed you. So anyways, let's go ahead and stack it up with every single mutation here. And basically we should come out to 4.6 trillion per Bone Blossom. There's about 3 to 4 per Bone Blossom. Now, if you have yourself a friend boost, you're gonna be at $5 trillion per fruit. Oh, and the sandy one, there we go. $5.1 trillion per fruit, per Bone Blossom that you harvest. And if you have a 20% friend boost, now you're at 5.5 trillion. Yeah, that's kind of crazy though. So let's do a quantity of 4. We're selling it for 22 trillion for only a 50 kilogram Bone Blossom. Here's how much it would be with 10 kilograms. It wouldn't be nearly as much, unfortunately. Remember, if you have the moon cats, it's gonna keep on growing for the first 24 hours because it's considered a new fruit. Now, if we get this up to 100 kilograms, you're making $87 trillion. There you go. So you can actually just start making a ton of money, and this way you're gonna use it all to buy a bunch of pets. If you wanna get yourself dragonflies, butterflies, all those types of pets, they're gonna cost a lot of money unless you hatch them yourself. So just be aware of that, and that's basically how it's gonna work. So you can actually have a ton of money coming in using the Bone Blossom method, and you can keep on buying dragonflies, more of these Mimic Octopuses, or these butterflies, whatever the heck. Whoa, what just happened? I'm under the ocean. I'm under the sea. All right, everybody, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Click on one of these videos right here, and your boy Milky is out. This toucan is gigantic, bro. Get out of my face. All right, anyways, like I said, click on one of these videos right here. Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. We're posting videos every single day. Your boy Milky out.